all to welcome the dignitaries with a round of applause. Kindly rise to welcome the dignitaries. A louder round of applause, please. This is Chetna and the energy has to resonate. Requesting all to kindly take your seats.
Hello.
After welcome address, we will be having Prabhu sir's speech because he has to leave. So, Neoma, Mike, Harsh,
A very good morning to one and all present here. Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Suresh Prabhuji, a former Union Cabinet Minister, Global Strategist, and Honorable Member of the AI Regulation Board. Mr. Vivek Satam, Chief Mentor of the Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation Limited. Chief Patrons of this international conference, our Honorable President, Pandit Shri Sridatta Hardankar ji, our CEO Ma'am, Dr. Madhumita Patil, Chairperson of this conference, Principal Jagtap Sir, Principal of Chetna's Hazarimal Somani College of Commerce and Economics, Srimati Kusumtai Chaudhari College of Arts, Dr. C.A. Suhas Gharat Sir, IC Director of Chetna's RK Institute of Management and Research, our distinguished speakers, esteemed faculty members, the collaborating university partners, sponsors, researchers, and participants. It is indeed our greatest pleasure to welcome you all to the inaugural ceremony of the two-day ICSSR-sponsored International Conference on Digital Marginalization and AI Bias, Redefining Business and Society, which is being jointly organized by Chetna's Hazarimal Somani College of Commerce and Economics, Srimati Kusumtai Chaudhari College of Arts, and Chetna's Ramprasad Khandelwal Institute of Management and Research. I, Dr. Shiv Prasad, Associate Professor at Chetna's RK Institute, along with
Professor Kunjal Solanki, Assistant Professor at CSFC section of Chetna College, will be your host for this prestigious inaugural event. At the onset, we request the chairperson of this conference, our principal sir, Professor Sanjay Jagtap sir, to accompany the dignitaries to light the lamp and play a floral tribute to our founder, late Honorable Shri Madhukar Rao Ji Chaudhary, who was an exemplary education and finance minister. He was a visionary in the field of education and dedicated his life to making quality learning accessible to all sections of society. This floral tribute is a humble expression of our remembrance, respect, and heartfelt gratitude for his remarkable contribution and lasting legacy. As we offer these flowers, let us remember his dreams and renew our commitment to carry forward his mission with sincerity and dedication. Thank you, sir. We request Professor Sanjay Jagtap, sir, to accompany our dignitaries on the dais.
Please welcome the dignitaries on the dais with a round of applause. This international conference on digital marginalization and AI bias, redefining business and society, sponsored by ICSSR, aims to critically examine how rapid digital transformation and the growing use of artificial intelligence are reshaping economic systems, business practices, and social structures. It endeavors to explore the challenges of digital exclusion, unequal access to technology, and algorithmic bias that may reinforce existing social and economic inequalities. The conference intends to bring together academicians, researchers, policymakers, and industry experts to discuss inclusive digital policies, ethical AI frameworks, responsible innovation, and strategies to bridge the digital divide. Ultimately, the theme aspires to promote fairness, transparency, and accountability in AI-driven systems, ensuring that technological advancements contribute to sustainable and equitable development for all sections of society.
The event is a joint effort of Chetna College and Chetna's Ramprasad Khandelwal Institute of Management and Research, supported by esteemed sponsors, along with collaborating universities, Marif University, Syria, and Al-Shamal Private University, Syria. We also have privileged sponsors, which includes SBI Mutual Fund and SBI Life, along with reputed academic institutions such as ICL Education, Societies Motilal Junjunwala College, and Sardar Patel Mahavidyalaya, Chandrapur. The conference is further strengthened by its knowledge partners, which includes Praxis Business School, IMS, Pro School, which is an IMS initiative, and also Dr. Homi Bhabha State University, Mumbai, who bring academic excellence, and industry expertise to the platform. The event's successful execution is also supported by its printing partner, Sainath Art Printers, ensuring high-quality conference materials. Their collective support reflects a strong commitment to research, innovation, and academic collaboration.
In these 2 days, there will be various plenary sessions that will feature eminent resource persons such as Mr. Nick Hutton, retired Wing Commander Rohan Chandak, Dr. Naresh Harale, and Dr. Selby Jose, who will deliberate on artificial intelligence in education, defense, governance, data privacy, legal compliance, and neurolearning. The discussion will highlight ethical concerns and the need for responsible and inclusive AI practices. The panel discussion, chaired by Dr. Nandita Mishra, Director of Chetna's Institute of Management and Research, will bring together experts like Professor Ajay Singh and Mr. Charanpreet Singh to examine AI fairness, bias, and power dynamics in the digitally marginalized economy.
Day 2 will also have various plenary sessions that will include distinguished speakers such as Dr. Narayan Bhosle sir, Mr. Hemant Gaule, and Mr. Aditya Abhyankar, who will address inclusive AI, cybersecurity, interpretable banking algorithms, digital marketing bias, and pedagogical shifts in the era of generative AI. The international and industry panel discussions will feature experts like Professor Dr. Ravi Desnayanke and Mr. Sashikant Shukla, focusing on responsible AI adoption and strategies for startups, corporates, and institutions. There will also be tracks for paper presentation, out of which best paper will be selected. For this conference, I'm happy to announce that we have got around 500 plus registrations, around 300 plus research papers from all across the globe, like UK, Syria. States like Tamil Nadu and Ratnagiri has also, Tamil Nadu and West Bengal has also given their research papers. And also from Ratnagiri, Latur districts.
We begin this auspicious inaugural ceremony by welcoming our esteemed guests and dignitaries. We now request Honorable President Pandit Sridatta Hardankarji to welcome our chief guest, Shri Suresh Prabhuji, with a bouquet as a mark of our respect and warmth. We request CEO Ma'am Dr. Madhumita Patil to welcome our keynote speaker, Mr. Vivek Sawant, with a bouquet. We request Jagtap sir to welcome Pandit Shri Sridatta Hardankarji with a bouquet. We request Vice Principal Naomi Fonseca Ma'am to welcome our CEO Ma'am Dr. Madhumita Patil with a bouquet. Thank you, ma'am. We now take a moment to introduce the two organizing institutions of Chetna, whose dedicated efforts have made this conference possible. These two sister institutions of Chetna, that's Chetna's Hazarimal Somani College of Commerce and Economics, Srimati Kusumtai Chaudhari College of Arts, and Chetna's Ramprasad Khandelwal Institute of Management and Research, have worked together to make this international conference possible. Chetna embodies energy. The shlok, Bhutanamasmi Chetna, taken from chapter 10, verse 22 of the Bhagavad Gita, means I, Krishna, am the consciousness among all beings.
Chetna's Hazarimal Somani College of Commerce and Economics, Srimati Kusumtai Chaudhari College of Arts, was established with a noble intention of providing education to all by Honorable Lok Sevak late Balasaheb Madhukar Raoji Chaudhary, who was a former Speaker of Maharashtra Legislative Assembly and Minister of Education, Finance and Revenue. Through its glorious history of more than 50 years, the college has been nurturing dynamic leaders and innovative managers. The college has been granted autonomous status by UGC and also affiliated. Okay.
We move on. We move on.
We move on to a very special moment of our conference, the release of conference souvenir. The souvenir is not just a publication, but a reflection of the vision, knowledge, research contributions, and collective efforts that have come together to make this conference meaningful and memorable. It captures the spirit of the theme and showcases the valuable insights shared by our distinguished speakers, researchers, and participants.
It is indeed our humble privilege today to have as chief guest with us Shri Suresh Prabhuji, who despite his extremely busy schedule has been able to make some time for us. Sir, it's our honor to have you with us. Before requesting you to deliver the inaugural address, we take the opportunity to introduce you. Definitely you are a person who does not need much of an introduction in the state of Maharashtra. It is our pride to have you with us, sir. Suresh Prabhuji, a globally renowned policy strategist and sustainability advocate with a distinguished career in governance, finance, infrastructure, and international diplomacy. A six-time member of parliament and former union cabinet minister, sir has handled 10 major portfolios, including railways, commerce and industry, civil aviation, power, and environment. Sir has served at multiple levels of public life and was the youngest chairman of Saraswat Bank, representing India at global platforms such as the G20, G7, and the United Nations. Sir, we request you to kindly deliver the inaugural address.
Namaskar. Good morning, friends. So I'm extremely happy and honored at the same time to be at this very prestigious institution, which was founded by one of the best education ministers of India, Maharashtra. Chaudhari spent all his life, most of his life, in Jalgaon. But when he became the Minister of Education, he had to be in Mumbai, that's the capital of the state, and he decided to form this institution, which is now run by Mr. Haldankar as the president and his daughter, Dr. Madhumita Patil, who were together when we went to Canada. And I'm happy that my fellow chartered accountant is also in charge of this institution. And Mr. Haldankar, of course, we have always heard him. And it's a pleasure to hear him, and not the politicians. You don't want to hear the politician, you want to hear you. And Mr. Sawant, of course, is from I was representing him in Parliament 4 times in Lok Sabha. And Principal, thank you very much, as well as Fonseca Madam, for inviting me. And I am very happy to be here. So these are very interesting topic. We are in the era of huge mammoth change that is happening in the world. The change that we are witnessing today is so profound that one cannot imagine any part of a socio-economic activity will be immune to it or will escape from it. It will have an encompassing effect on all our lives. Having said that, and that's the important part of the discussion that we are going to have it today, change will come, it will affect everybody, but will it affect everybody in the same manner or in a very different way? AI, when it becomes part of a life, will it help people or it will be a curse to people? Now both is true. It will help those who develop new AI products, technologies, they will benefit, definitely benefit. But there will be victims also. As I was just now reading today, one company has decided to reduce their payroll by half. And he's saying it is not very unique that it is happening only to my company, it might happen to most of the companies. Elon Musk, who is one of the top thinkers and all, but of course he's the beneficiary of this new technology that are developed, right from taking it to SpaceX, which goes to the different orbit altogether. He has said, and he said it some years ago, when there was a global government summit that happened in UAE, he was speaking there, I was also there in the same place. And he said something very interesting. Because Tesla is another company, is developing autonomous cars. And himself said, who is making these autonomous cars, that once autonomous cars will become a very popular product, most of the people will start using it, drivers of the world will lose jobs. And you'll be surprised, there are millions of drivers in the world, millions. Even India, there will be millions, of course, the rest of the world will be probably even tens of millions. So this technology is bound to be there, and we have no choice not to accept the technology because this is already there. If there is already raining outside, do you have a choice to say, I don't want the rain? So you have to accept that rain is raining. Right now, as we speak, there is a huge snowstorm on the east coast of the United States. The snow is falling, was falling, at least few inches per hour. And therefore, few feet of snow is already accumulated and become ice already. So can somebody say, I don't like snow and ice, so let it not snow? Can you do that? You cannot. So therefore, we have to accept technology as it happens, but at the same time, it is important to understand its implication. And also to have some sort of a rail guard to make sure that we will be able to mitigate the risk arising out of that to a large section of population. And this is what you are discussing today. Is very interesting. Digital marginalization and AI bias. So today, digitalization is happening at a very rapid pace. AI is a little different, I'll come to that. And Mr. Sawant, Dr. Sawant, I was elected to Parliament 4 times in Lok Sabha from Sindhudurga Ratnagiri district. He had helped us to launch a project in Sindhudurga Ratnagiri, which was launched by Dr. Abdul Kalam. And this was purely on not-profit basis from a social organization called Manav Sadhan Vikas Samstha, which my wife heads. At that time, Dr. Abdul Kalam, when he came, the project was how to make sure we sensitize the rural population, and Sindhu Ratnagiri is even now quite rural, but that time it was more rural than what it is today. How do you sensitize the rural population about digital technologies? Now this is something interesting, you must note this. Sindhudurg was first district in state of Maharashtra which was declared as fully literate district. Now just imagine, a district which is already declared as a literate district does not mean that people will be now digitally literate. You can read and write, does not mean you understand digital technologies. Of course, since then, a lot of water has flown under the bridge, as they say, and now digital technology have become very, very user-friendly. But even then, the digitalization has created a divide, and that's how Dr. Abdul Kalam used to always speak about that after he visited this, and he used to always say, my friend introduced me to this idea of how to bridge the digital divide. But the digitalization, and now in India, when you go around a corner, even the street vendor is dealing with digital technologies. He makes transactions on digital technology. The person who buys it, maybe a slum dweller, pays through digital platform, and a person receiving payment also gets it on a digital platform. Both have complete faith in this type of platforms. But the digitalization has also, in a way, created some sort of that's what you are discussing. The already existing divide has also been more pronounced. And it has perpetuated this marginalization in a manner. Now in a society like ours, where there is already a different kind of biases in the people's mind. I will think, oh, he is from this particular caste. I am superior, he is inferior. Now, who had decided superiority and inferiority? And within a caste, there will be 100 subcastes. And a person belonging to the same caste will say, I am superior because your subcaste is inferior to me. So we already have used our brains to create divides and biases. So society is already bereft with such kind of biases. Now, our whole idea should be how to get over the biases, how to get over this, how to bring the marginalized section of society into the mainstream. But in a way, some of the digital platform, what we talked about, payment, etc., is a very neutral platform. This is nothing to do with this. But just imagine, most of this now, particularly AI and most of this, they work on algorithms. Now just imagine, you can say technology is neutral. Everybody should be treated equally. How can we take difference between Dr. Patil, who is so learned, and a person like Suresh Prabhu, who is uneducated? But it has a bias. The algorithm will say, they'll go by the names. Sometimes even they'll go by profiling of your face and others. And will choose out a person as somebody who is not validated by the system. Like good example is when you go to US and you're trying to enter the country, you have a visa, you have a passport, you have valid documents to enter. Sometimes when he enters on his system, it throws out, oh, this person, his name is like this. So the name means he's profiled, and therefore he is not a right kind of person that should be allowed to enter. Now this person may be billionaire, maybe something else, but that system is not calculating that part of his life and his achievement, but he's trying to take it up from there. So these kind of prejudices and biases are inherent into the system that we develop. Because technology may be neutral, but who is developing those algorithms? A human being is developing it. And he's trying to put something into this. Like even when the Twitter is still known as Twitter and not owned by Elon Musk, and then he called it X. Even in those you could take out, because algorithm was designed in that particular way, that certain post which goes into a social media platform can be picked up to see whether they are doing it or not. Today, Instagram has said that it will alert the parents if they see any activity on the Instagram by a kid, saying that he is like to develop a tendency to commit suicide. It's a good thing. Now, if this type of alert is something good, but what I'm saying is algorithms have this ability to pick up some signals, and in the process, the good part of it is that what I said, if it can alert the parent that this child is thinking like this, he's developing suicidal tendency, it's a good thing. So it can prevent it. But just imagine this same algorithm is actually trying to perpetuate the biases that exist in the society already, because the person who has prepared it, he's also thinking about his own prejudices, because what is ultimately is the human mind. He will also born with some ideas and prejudices. He will try to put it into his product that he is developing. So therefore, the big challenge that we are going to face now is that digital technologies and digital processes that are going to be order of the day and part of our own life, how can we should not fall prey to these past biases that we are born with? How do you make sure that the marginalization that exists in our society, and now I'm talking about India, but it's an international conference, most part of the world has some different kind of biases. Bias of color. In case of India, is bias of caste. In case somewhere else, maybe because of many other reasons. So we have to find out how can the new technologies can bring a better world and a society which will be bereft of all the challenges that we already lived with. And that's why I really congratulate the Chetana Institute for organizing this fantastic conference on such a such a important topic, such a relevant topic, such a important issue that confronts each one of us. So digital marginalization is something which is worse than earlier marginalization. Because first I didn't like Mr. Gharat. Okay, Gharat doesn't like me, so this is between him and me. Now you put into a program and say all Gharats will not like all Prabhus, this is a problem. And that is what the system is going to make. So digital marginalization is worse than what was existing earlier, because this was face-to-face what I was thinking about it. And now we are going into a different age, era of digitalization will become order of the day, which will become part of our day-to-day life. How do you make sure that such prejudices are avoided? And something the technology itself should make sure that can the digitalization not get over these biases? It is possible. Why should you think only negative? But the topic is very important and relevant, because this is likely to create and accentuate the marginalization as it exists today. How can we work on positive way of looking at technology to get over this? And say, of course, there will be some biases, like we always say gender should not be gender biased, but it's a reality that man and woman are different entities. But why should be a woman should be at a disadvantage all the time? So that is something, can the technology not take care of it? And therefore we really feel this is a very important topic. And I congratulate you for that. Sounds I will tell you more about it because he's a technologist. And he's an expert unlike me. Because as politician I speak on any topic without knowing anything about it. So he will tell you more about it. And the other part is AI. Now, whether we like it or not, AI has a different challenge. Artificial intelligence, of course, algorithm will be still very, very important part of that. But what AI does? AI will use a huge database and to process it in a fraction of a second and come out with some information available to you, make it available to you in no time. It can also offer solutions, like some chat GPT can actually make poems. So my wife will start wondering, when I married him, he didn't know anything about it, he started become poet, or suddenly what happened to him? Has he met somebody? So that could be the doubt. So AI is based on data. Where the data comes from. Data is all historical. See, they are not working on future data. AI is processing present or past data. So data is something which is historical. So AI is trying to work on historical issues and try to come out with that. So the biases which you talked about would be even more pronounced in case of AI if you don't work on it properly. And therefore, I personally feel most of the country will not like it because China and US are the leaders in AI. Most of the rest of the world is also there, but it's all China and US dominated AI field. So nobody will like it to be regulated, but I'm of a strong view that AI needs regulation, like any other technology. If medical technologies can be done now, AI will going to come into medical technologies as well. AI is going to come anywhere in education. So principal will have a challenge because AI will teach. So we don't need teachers. Everybody will teach. But that doesn't mean teacher will not be necessary. Because why, in particularly the Guru Shishya Parampara that we believe in, and Panditji will know the importance of Guru Shishya Parampara. He also must have learned music from one of his Shagird, and now he's taking it to his own devotees. He's also making his own Shishya. So, AI has a potential to actually not display job, it's one part, but what you are discussing today is not that, but you are discussing about the biases and historical data that is going to create that bias for more. And therefore, how do you guard against? So therefore, I was saying regulation is important, and regulation is absolutely essential for AI. It is essential for all technologies, but even more for AI. Because AI is an unknown animal, who nobody knows what it is and what kind of shape it is going to take. So more the reason why we need a very sound regulation for AI. And one of the regulation could work on this topic that you're working on is the biases. And the other part that you are saying is redefining business and society. This is already happening. You don't have to wait to do that because all our, that's why I started my initial remark, I was saying, each part of a socio-economic activity of personal lives now will be dominated by technology, and particularly AI will be all pervasive. So no field will be away from AI. And therefore business for sure, and society and individual both will be I hope not victim, but beneficiaries of this, and that's the challenge that we have, how to make this as a win-win and not lose-lose proposition. Lose for people and society, and win for business is not something which is acceptable. How can we make it a win-win, particularly for society and the vulnerable sections of society, more, and how do we do that? That's why we need regulation. And therefore regulating AI is extremely important, and I hope that we work on that in a very aggressive way. And we need a global collaboration to make that, because AI cannot be regulated only in a national context. Because a technology like AI is global. See, when you are actually downloading now some information, you are doing it in India. But what information you are downloading? You are getting it from all over the world. So how can the regulation be only confined to only India and not rest of the world? So we need global regulation. And therefore, at a time, of course, is so challenging because global order is collapsing. Global institutions which were governing the world, the global governance, is in shambles. And therefore, at this time, how to make that is a very important issue. And at this time, I must really congratulate you because you organized this conference at such a time, challenging times. And therefore, I would request you, the organizers, I was just seeing it, glancing through, I travel all the time, so I don't get time to know what the topic of the program is. I was just talking somewhere else on Australia. So I went there and talked to them, so now I was just looking at it. But I'm saying this is something which is so important that in this program you should try to include a session on how to regulate AI. What are the steps you must take to make sure that this particular aspect can be done? And what is that step that we need to take over a period of time to regulate it? So I want to thank you. I just came into Mumbai for this program, traveling again, so I had to go to the airport. That's why I was requesting I'll speak first, and also there's other reason. When these experts like Dr. Sawant speak, then who is going to listen to me? So that's why I said, let me speak first and take the advantage of the fact that I will not be completely overawed by his speech and then will not have no appetite to listen to me. So thank you very much. I really appreciate this opportunity. Congratulations to Chetna College for doing it. And Panditji, of course, is my old friend, so is Dr. Madhumita. So congratulations to all of you, Dr. Principal. Anytime you need any help from me, you don't have to go to the AI tool, you can call me also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for such an inspiring and thought-provoking start for this international conference. May we request our Honorable President, Pandit Shri Sridhar Hardankar, sir, to kindly present a memento to our chief guest, Suresh Prabhuji, as a mark of our gratitude and warmth for his presence today. We request our convener, Dr. Kavita Khadse ma'am, to Shri Suresh Prabhu sir has to leave because of his busy schedule. On behalf of Chetna, we thank sir for having taken time out of his busy schedule to come and grace this occasion. Thank you so much, sir. Kindly rise and applaud as sir exits from the auditorium.
नहीं सर उसके बाद उन्होंने बोला कंटिन्यू तो
Kindly remain seated as we will continue with the program. Welcome me. Welcome address me, principal का. Okay. Let ma'am come.
मैम कम हो रेडी सर
Ma'am.
So this time you pronounce don't change that. I'm just saying, but remember that maybe in your script it is wrong. Yeah? And don't let anybody speak.
We'll continue with the program.
We request one of our convener, Ms. Naomi Fonseca, ma'am, the Vice Principal of Chetna College, to give the conference briefing. She has over 15 plus years of teaching experience in Chetna College. Ma'am, kindly over to you.
Thank you. Good morning. Respected keynote speaker, Shri Vivek Sawant sir, Honorable President of Chetna Trust, Shri Datta Haldankar sir, Honorable Secretary of Chetna Trust, Shri Shirish Chaudhari sir, respected CEO ma'am of Chetna's Ramprasad Khandelwal Institute of Management and Research and Chetna's Institute of Management and Research, Dr. Madhumita Patil ma'am, respected In Charge Director of Chetna's RK Institute, CA Suhas Gharat sir, Dr. Kavita Khadse ma'am, Nandita ma'am, Vice Principals, faculty members, participants and students. Chetna is proud to organize an international conference on the theme Digital Marginalization and AI Bias, Redefining Business and Society. Today, AI systems are increasingly shaping decision-making in important areas such as governance, public services, finance, healthcare, and education. Concerns around algorithmic bias, digital exclusion, and social inequality are coming to the forefront. And hence this theme on digital marginalization and AI bias is identified as a thrust area for research by the Indian Council of Social Sciences, ICSSR, with whom we have collaborated for this conference. This conference seeks to explore how AI-driven technologies, while enhancing efficiency and innovation, can also reinforce existing socio-economic disparities and create new forms of marginalization, a point rightly highlighted by our chief guest, sir. AI bias is not just a technical issue. It reflects the social realities of caste, gender, religion, region, and economic status. At the recent AI summit, we have seen the potential that AI has to bring growth, development, and progress. Let us also be aware that AI must consciously be designed to bring about inclusivity, transparency, and accountability. This conference aims to provide a multidisciplinary platform for academicians, researchers, policymakers, industrial professionals, and its students to critically examine the growing influence of AI on business practices and societal structures. Through today's expert talks, discussions, paper presentations, panel discussions, interactive sessions, the conference will encourage dialogue on ethical AI, inclusive digital transformation, and responsible innovation. The conference aims to bridge the gap between technology, policy, and society by fostering critical reflection and collaborative solutions for building fair and trustworthy AI systems. We are grateful to have stalwarts like Honorable Suresh Prabhu sir, Shri Vivek Sawant sir, our international speakers, and young professionals who are shaping India's digital transformation to be a part of this conference and share their insights for responsible and inclusive AI adoption. We have a lineup of plenary sessions, panel discussions, paper presentation tracks to promote dialogue on the theme. We are privileged to have received more than 300 research papers for the conference from national and international academicians and researchers, highlighting real-world case studies and empirical research on AI bias and digital marginalization. We have also received support through research papers and expert talks from our international collaborating universities, Al-Shamal Private University, Syria, and Marif University of Applied Sciences, Syria. We have also received best wishes from Honorable Chief Minister Shri Devendra Fadnavis sir, Honorable Deputy Chief Minister Shri Eknath Shinde sir, and Srimati Sunetra Pawar Madam, Education Minister Chandrakant Dada Patil sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Ravindra Kulkarni sir, Pro Vice Chancellor Professor Ajay Bhambre sir, and our patrons of the conference. So let this conference be a platform for the academia, industry, and policymakers to help understand the use of technology to uplift the society and show our commitment to ethical governance and responsible innovation. I thank you all for your support and contribution to this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for giving us a snapshot of the conference.
Moving ahead, we request CA Suhas Gharatsa, IC Director, CRK IMR, to say a few words.
Respected dignitaries on the dais, Sri Suresh Prabhu, former Union Cabinet Minister and the board member of Global Strategist and AI Regulation, Sri Vivek Sawant, Chief Mentor for MKCL, Guest of Honor Pandit Sri Sridhar Haldankar, President Chetna Trust, Sri Shirish Dada Chaudhari, Secretary Chetna Trust, Dr. Madhumita Patil, CEO CRKMR CIMR, Dr. Sanjay Jagtap Sir, Principal Chetna's Hazarimal Somani College of Commerce and Economics and the College of Arts, Dr. Nandita Mishra, Director CIMR, the convener of this conference, Dr. Kavita Khadse and Ms. Naomi Madam, the scholars, the faculty friends, the staff, the presenters, the universities who have collaborated for this conference, and all the committee members and dear students here. A warm welcome to all of you for this 2 days international research conference on digital marginalization and AI bias, redefining business and society. We all know that AI has now entered our homes. We're with the technology for almost 24 hours. And the topic which has been there is a perfect topic with a very recent summit which has happened in the India on the AI. There are more than crores of AI applications already available, and every day there are new AI applications coming. So we don't have any choice, but we have to live with these AI applications. The subject about a bias is a very valid subject. We don't know how it is going to shape the world in the future. I am proud to announce that more than 300 papers from national and international level have been received from the conference and the research scholars, and there are 500 plus registrations, and the people will be deliberating on the AI, ethical issues and biases for the coming 2 days. I'm sure that subject AI bias will definitely give food for thought for those who will be designing more AI applications in the days to come. It is unavoidable for us to use AI, but as an ethical society, it is our duty to study and remove biases so that AI helps the society at large. My best wishes to entire team who is working relentlessly for last couple of months to make this international conference a great success. All the best to all of you, and thank you so much. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
Now, introducing a dynamic personality, the CEO of Chetna Management Institutes, CIMR and CRK IMR, Dr. Madhumita Patil, ma'am, who is a center pillar of both the institutions. A double graduate in arts and law, ma'am holds an MBA in marketing and a PhD in management education. With a career spanning over 3 decades, she has worked as a legal professional in Mumbai High Court, a faculty of Indian culture and languages in Fiji Islands, and as an entrepreneur. Her achievements in the fields of human resources, management, education, strategy, and cultural studies are exemplary. Ma'am, we would like to hear your thoughts about the conference.
Respected dignitaries, Vivek Savanji as a keynote speaker, all my esteemed guests who are in the audience, and also the faculty, directors, all the students who are sitting here. I am sure you are quite listening to it because at the right time you are listening and laughing and giving your reactions. So I am sure you are going to make the most out of this conference. You yourselves have written papers, and which makes it more valuable because you already are close to the theme which is going to be discussed. So standing amongst all of you, you know that I am an art graduate and a management postgraduate. So I don't know how to talk about this theme. In very simple words, I feel that much before the AI started, there are two things which I remembered today in the morning. One was Pygmalion. All of you, I don't know whether the youngsters know about Pygmalion, but all of us know Pygmalion. Pygmalion is it's a art of George Bernard Shaw, and it says that the artist, he created a statue, and it was so beautiful that he fell in love with that statue. It was a woman, and he embraced that statue with love and affection, and the statue broke. This is one thing that just made me think about the AI in a little different manner. I also remember one very, very old song which talks about God. Vithala tu veda kumbhar, tuch ghadavisi, tuch todisi. The point is, whether to make or break, there has to be a human element. We can't avoid that. So let's be conscious of it. Unfortunately, if we have created or about to create something which is going to be shocking for our own selves, we really have time still to think how much to take and what to do with it. So let's be all aware of that Rakshas which we are creating, which is called AI. It's going to be useful as well as maybe harmful. So we have to be very conscious we are making use of it is the simplistic way in which I understand AI. Otherwise, my Gemini on my phone would start giving me big lectures about AI and how I should have given my speech. But I think before reading that, I thought I'll say what I want to say. And that's the human element part of it, and I bow down to that humanness of all of us. We need to be above everything that can be good or bad to us, and I think that's the ultimate justice that we can give to ourselves, to AI or anything that we create. We need to be the boss of it. That's about all I feel. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Our greatest pillar of strength and support system for us, our Honorable Secretary Sir, Shri Shirish Madhukar Raoji Chaudhary Sir, is not with us today in person because of his unavoidable engagements. But Sir is sending his best wishes and regards to all of us for the success of this international conference.
It's a matter of pride to introduce Honorable President of Chetna Trust, Pandit Shri Shri Datta Haldarkar Ji. Sir is the son of renowned Hindustani classical vocalist Pandit Suresh Haldarkar. Sir has given recitals in Hindustani classical vocal music and has performed at several public programs all over India. Sir, we humbly request to deliver the presidential address.
Good morning, all. Our Honorable Secretary, Shirish Dada Chaudhary, distinguished guests, respected scholars, organizers from CRKIMR and CIMR, Chetna College, our collaborators from ICSSR, New Delhi, industry leaders, and dear delegates. On behalf of Chetna Trust, it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you to this international conference on digital marginalization and AI basis, redefining business and society. We are proud to host such an esteemed gathering of academicians, researchers, policymakers, and professionals from across the nation and beyond. I would also like to share that I have had the privilege of knowing Shri Suresh Prabhu since his tenure as a chairman of Saraswat Bank. And it is truly a matter of pride to have his association and guidance on the occasions such as this. The theme of this conference is both timely and significant. As technology and artificial intelligence become deeply integrated into our daily lives, it is important that innovation remains inclusive and fair. Conversation around digital marginalization and AI basis remind us that progress must be balanced with responsibility and the growth must include everyone. Chetna has always believed in promoting quality education, research, and meaningful dialogue. This conference reflects our commitment to encouraging discussions that are socially relevant and academically enriching. It is inspiring to see experts and young researchers come together to exchange ideas and explore solutions. I am confident that the deliberations over the next 2 days will lead to valuable insights and positive outcomes. I extend my heartfelt best wishes to the organizers and participants for successful and impactful conference. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Thank you, sir. With this, we come to the conclusion of the inaugural session of this 2-day ICSSR-sponsored international conference. Before we begin with the keynote address, right, may I request Senior Faculty Member Dr. Kavita Khadse ma'am to kindly propose the vote of thanks for the inaugurals.
Respected Chief Guest, Sri Suresh Prabhu, former Union Cabinet Minister, Global Strategy and member of the AI Regulation Board, distinguished keynote speaker, Sri Vivek Sawant, Chief Mentor, Maharashtra Knowledge Corporation Limited, our esteemed patrons, Shri Datta Haldankar, Honorable President Chetna Trust, Shri Shirish Dada Chaudhari, Honorable Secretary Chetna Trust, and Dr. Madhumita Patil, CEO of CRKMR and CIMR. Conference chairpersons, Dr. Sanjay Jagtap, Principal of Chetna's HS College, Suhas Gharat Sir, CS Suhas Gharat Sir, IC Director CRKMR, Naomi Foniska Ma'am, Vice President of Chetna's HS College, esteemed faculty members, distinguished participants, and dear students. It's my proud privilege and a distinct honor to propose the vote of thanks on this auspicious inaugural occasion. On behalf of Chetna Institutes, I express my profound gratitude to our esteemed chief guest, Sri Suresh Prabhu Sir. Sir, your gracious presence has conferred a great distinction upon this inaugural session. Your address, marked by the depth of insight, statesmanship, has offered valuable perspectives on the evolving interface between governance, technology, and society. The clarity and strategic vision you shared have established a thoughtful and a purposeful tone for this conference today. I express my respectful appreciation to Shri Datta Haldankar Sir, Honorable President Chetna Trust, for his visionary leadership and unwavering support for this conference. I extend my sincere gratitude to Shri Shirish Dada Chaudhari Sir, Honorable Secretary Chetna Trust, for his continued encouragement and steadfast commitment to fostering the academic initiatives and institutional development. My heartfelt appreciation to Dr. Madhumita Patil ma'am for her dynamic leadership and meticulous coordination, which have played a pivotal role in the smooth planning and successful execution for this conference. I place on record my special appreciation to Dr. Sanjay Jagtap Sir, Principal Chetna's HS College, whose meticulous planning, tireless coordination, and personal involvement ensured the seamless and the grand execution of this event. I also extend my sincere thanks to CA Suhas Garat sir for his valuable guidance and consistent support. I further acknowledge with gratitude the scholarly contributions of all participants and paper presenters whose research and engagement have enriched this intellectual discourse of this conference. I express my sincere thanks to Dr. Nandita Mishra ma'am for her invaluable support in fostering academic collaborations with Marif University and Al-Shamal Private University, Syria, which significantly enhanced the global perspective of this conference. I extend my sincere gratitude to the faculty members of CIMR for their gracious presence. My appreciation also extends to the faculty member and the organizing team of this conference. Finally, I express my sincere thanks to our dear students whose attentive presence and enthusiastic participation to this inaugural session is actually making a cherry on the cake. With heartfelt gratitude to all distinguished dignitaries and participants for gracing this occasion, I respectfully conclude the word of thanks and may we request all of you to join me for giving all of them a big round of applause. Thank you.